Okay. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate your time that you are here to hear about this ministry, that it's 40 plus years long ministry in the Republic of Croatia. My name is Jura, as you already know, and I'm here to present you what we've done in last not even 2 years. So I like to start by making sure that we all know where Croatia is, okay? You can see there on the map of Europe, we are very close to Italy, to Austria, to Hungary. Those are actually our neighboring countries. And between Croatia and those three countries is one small country called Slovenia. And your future First Lady is coming from Slovenia.
Oh.
Melania Trump, okay?
I like Slovenia.
Well, my grandmother is Slovenian, so maybe I'm related to her, I don't know. I sure don't look like her, right?
Your hair.
Yeah, there you go. So, Croatia looks a little bit weird, like a horseshoe, you see? There are many historical reasons for that, which we are not going into now. But we have a beautiful coast, we have plains, we have mountains. Northern part of Croatia is typical Middle European, and southern part is typical Mediterranean part, European tradition, let's say. I live up on the north in northern part of Croatia. Could you press it? I don't know if you knew that, but Croatia is a biblical land. If you open your Bible on 2 Timothy 4, 9, 10, you can read the end of the sentence where Paul says that Titus go to Dalmatia. Dalmatia is southern part of modern Croatia. So this is the land where Titus went. We're very proud to be a biblical land. Okay. You probably recognize this man. His name was Mladen Jovanović and his wife Dragica. They established this ministry 40 years ago. First it was called Mladen Jovanović Ministry, but 15 years ago he decided to call it Croatia for Christ because he knew that one day somebody will eventually pick it over from him. So he was a wonderful preacher, amazing godly man, and I'm pretty proud to be in his big shoes today, which is not easy, believe me. This is my family, so I want to introduce you my family. My wife Alexandra, my older son Lovro, he's in the middle with US flag, and my younger son Jakov. So, just for the record, my name is Jura, that's George in English. My wife is Alexandra, that's an international name. Lovro is Lawrence, and Jakov is James. So if you have trouble pronouncing our names, you can always call us by English version of our names. The first project that I would like to share with you is about giving away children's Bibles. This is something new, and in October last year, so 3 months ago, together with Roman Catholic Church in Croatia, in northwestern Croatia, we put 17,000 children's Bibles into public schools. We don't have private schools. I'm talking about elementary schools. Every child from 1st to 4th grade in the northwestern Croatia received his own copy through the Roman Catholic Sunday class. That's what we have in public schools. If you press the other, yeah. This picture was taken at the meeting with Roman Catholic bishop from northwestern Croatia, who just decided to do that with us. And I have to tell you how proud I am on our fellow Croatians who decided to help us in putting children's Bibles into children's hands. This project will probably go on, so I want you to remember that in your prayers, because we would really appreciate it. Okay. This picture was taken in Athens, Greece, man on the left is Bob Burkle, current president of Eastern European Mission. We were there on a meeting to make sure that everything will be prepared for this big project. And picture on the right is a Lord's Supper's prayer before the Lord's Supper in Athens, Church of Christ in Greece. So we all were praying for the Lord's Supper, and from the right you could hear prayers in English, then in Russian, then in some African language that I don't know what it's called, in Croatian and in Arabic. This was really something, you know, when we prayed all in our native languages, and the Russians understood me, so they were surprised. They didn't know that we have Slavic roots. I can understand them like 30%, 40%, if the person is speaking slowly and properly, of course. That's when the Bibles arrived to the city of Varaždin. That's where I live, up in northern part of Croatia. And that's where we start to distribute them to a local Roman Catholic diocese. We had a big event. You can see the bishop standing. The guy in the middle is Mr. Jaro Marcin. He's official representative of Eastern European Mission from Vienna, and myself behind that green plant. The crowd in the audience are religious class teachers of northwestern Croatia. So we did that through them together with Catholic Church. So that was at the end of this big event, and our Catholic bishop said that he likes this children's Bible because it has large letters, so he can read it without the glasses. Yeah, I told him you can read it every evening, one story before you go to sleep. Okay. Another thing that we did, we have a new translation of New Testament, which is easy to read version. Mladen Jovanovic was a main editor of this translation. This was finished before his death, but we have a problem in spreading that around in printed version, because in Croatia you have to have approval from Catholic Church. They were not involved in this project, so they just told us that they will not approve this translation. So what we did, we built 2 smartphone apps for Apple and for Android. They are the same. If you press it, you can see it. That project was just over before Christmas, so it's not 1 month old. Both apps are up and running, and when I'll be back home 10 days from now, I will have first analytics and statistics. So we will be able to know how many downloads we have, from which countries, and what's most important, how much time people are spending on our app. Because you can open app and close it, right? But if you spend like 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, that means that people are actually reading. So we believe this is also part of the future. We will improve that app, so we have to continue work on it, but the hardest part is behind us, because it's online. You have to know one thing: when you put Bible in Croatian language in the App Store, you will only get Roman Catholic Bible, which costs $4.99, and our new translation of the New Testament, which is free. And this app will stay free, because we don't believe in making money through Bibles. We think that Bibles should be accessible to everyone. The Old Testament is right now in a process of translating, again, to easy to read version, and we will add book by book as they will be completed to this app. And we will try to improve it for the tablets and some other features. So we think this is a big, if you can press it, big new project, and we are extremely proud that we, Croatia for Christ Ministry, which is part of Churches of Christ in Croatia, we did it. I want you to know that Baptist churches and Pentecostal churches in the Republic of Croatia are much bigger and stronger than we are. But somehow we did that. They didn't. So we are first, one of the first who were able to accomplish something like that. And that's why we are so proud. Yeah. Mladen Jovanovic started radio ministry 30 years ago. But unfortunately, as you may all know, radio is slowly dying, right? Because radio is not what it used to be 30 years ago. We're still broadcasting on local radio stations where the churches are. I continue his work, and right now we are broadcasting 5 days a week. We have 3-minute messages in the morning after 9, where we are offering New Testaments, Bibles, giving away our web page, and we are trying to get some feedback from the audience. Well, that feedback is not like it used to be before, so that's why we will try again. We will try by June this year establish a video ministry. I already have 3 pilots that we filmed, how this will look, and we are really hoping that when we start to broadcast on local television, that our visibility and the messages, the Bible messages, will get to a larger audience, and we really would like them to call us back so that we can direct them to local churches. So this is something to pray for. Another thing that we have is a family magazine. This is our magazine that we are, Croatia for Christ is the main publisher and main editor of this magazine. Almost every Church of Christ in Croatia is part of this. So this magazine looks like a Croatian Christian Chronicle. We are very proud on that, and we have news from local churches, their web page, their phone numbers, emails, all necessary contact from every church that is part of that. We have theological articles, we have inspirational Bible stories, even something for the kids, so that everybody can use it. And we are mailing that magazine back to the listeners who called us, so that they know where they can find the churches. We will do the same with the, of course, TV audience in the future. This beautiful young lady is the main person behind this magazine. If you can press it one more time. Her name is Mateja Stolnik, and she's a Croatia for Christ co-worker and secretary. She lives in the city of Varaždin, where I live, and we work very closely together. And I'm extremely proud on her work. Another thing that Croatia for Christ, is doing is annual Christian camps that we are organizing. You have to know that our churches are small, like 30, 40 people, and there are not many of us, and we are spread around the country. So every time we get together, we are very happy. Croatia is a little bit different than United States. You don't have a lot of churches, evangelical churches. People are not very regular anyway in the churches. So every time we get together, we are very happy, and we think this is very important to build us, especially spiritually. So the pictures that you are seeing here are from our spring camp. So every year we have a spring camp. Then we have summer camp. Croatia has a beautiful coast, Adriatic Sea, where we have our summer camp. And the third camp is a teen camp. We think it is very important to put teens from our churches at least once a year together and offer them something Christian, right? Those 3 camps are being organized by Zagreb Church of Christ. This is the name of our capital. Zagreb Kušlanova Church of Christ, Varaždin Church of Christ, this is where I'm worshiping, and Croatia for Christ Ministry is the main sponsor of those 3 camps. We have 2 more camps. Champs Camp is a local Zagreb work, so Kušlanova Church of Christ, where Mladen Jovanović used to preach. They have their own local work, which we are supporting. And another thing is what we call Brezje Camp. This is Varaždin Church of Christ, so our church, our local work with young people and teens that, again, Croatia for Christ is sponsoring. So we have 3 major gatherings with all the churches together and 2 local works, and Croatia for Christ is involved in all 5 of it. Another thing that we're doing, we are trying to work on other Christian events. Yeah, you probably have problem holding it up. Yeah, you can lower it down. Yeah. In 2015, Lubbock Christian University Choir came to Croatia. And the picture that you see here is from their concert in Zagreb, in our nation's capital, in one Roman Catholic church in downtown Zagreb. Next picture is from the city of, again, Varaždin, where I live, and that concert was in Croatian National Theatre in Varaždin. On the right side of the podium, you can see the screen. So what we did, we translated all the Christian songs, psalms, hymns, whatever they were singing, in Croatian language. And as they were singing, I was pushing the button on the working Mac at the time. So our people they were reading the translation at the same time as they were singing. We thought that this would be very important because, you know, when you sit on a concert and listen and don't understand, lyrics are a very important part of choir concerts. And Dr. Philip Camp, my dear friend and brother in Christ, who is a conductor of this band, he did a wonderful job between the songs because he's announcing every next piece that they are about to sing. And if you ask me, he's preaching between the songs, which is exactly what our people needs to hear. So this May, so 4 months from now, Lubbock Christian University Choir is coming again to Croatia, and we will organize 4 concerts for them. We are really proud that they are willing to come, and Croatia for Christ Ministry will try to help as much as we can to, again, raise the awareness of Churches of Christ and to spread the gospel in this unique way. Yeah, they love that picture. That picture was taken in front of our city castle where I live. You can see it in the back. So this castle is from 1181. Okay, now that's old. I want you to know that this is old. Okay, 1181. Yeah. Okay.
And that's where you live?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Wow.
Another thing that we are involved in is planting new church. Picture on the left, you can see the city of Vukovar on our eastern border, completely destroyed in that ugly war that we had at the beginning of 90s. And picture on the right is Vukovar today. That city is rebuilt completely. But sometimes it's easier to rebuild the whole city than human souls. On next picture, you can see Church of Christ minister Vlado Pšenko and his wife Renata. They were serving in Zagreb with Mladen Jovanović, and they moved to the city of Vukovar 5 years ago. So they just planted a church there. They have a group of 12 people. They have regular worship services on Sunday and 2 Bible studies a week, which is very good, and we are very proud on their work, because in that small group you can find both nations, Croats and Serbs. You have to know we were in the war 25 years ago, and there are not many places in that city where you can find both nations sitting together. It's still divided. So we think that this is the most important place in the Republic of Croatia where you need to have a good, healthy church. That's why we are trying to help. this is the mission work from Zagreb Church of Christ, Kušlanova Church of Christ, that's their name. But Croatia for Christ is also helping as much as we can. That city was under siege for 4 months in 91, and it was completely destroyed during this 4th month siege. You can check it online if you just put Vukovar, Vukovar, Croatia 91, you will see some really disturbing scenes from that time. Another thing that we are doing, we noticed that something's going on in our neighboring country of Serbia. Now, we were in a war with Serbia, you have to know that. That guy on the left picture on the right, his name is Draško Dženović. He was a member of the Church of Christ in Belgrade, the only church that exists in the Republic of Serbia, but he was not satisfied with their work because they were not doing a lot of outreach and that kind of stuff, so he decided to start his own work a year ago without any help. We noticed that, so our minister from the city of Varaždin, where I live, he went to Serbia to talk to him. I went there 4 times last year, and 3 weeks ago we went together to the States. We were in Houston at Bamel Church of Christ, and now he has a support for the work in 2017, and we are really hoping that this work will continue because he started everything all by himself. He was paying everything out of his pocket, and Serbian economy is not very good, you know, like Croatian as well. So he had his first baptism in September 2016. A young lady, she's 18, she was baptized in the river. And picture on the left side is from the big Belgrade book fair, where he organized promotion of the children's Bibles, teens Bibles, regular Bibles, and the guy in the middle is Bart Rybinski, Eastern European Mission Chief from Vienna for European operations. So, Draško is trying to plant a church in the part of the city of Belgrade where there are no evangelical church at all. I want you to remember him in your prayers because this is also a very important project, and Croatia for Christ will help as much as we can. On the picture on the right, you can see Draško, our brother, and United States ambassador in Serbia, because Draško is a journalist as well and publisher of the books, and United States Embassy is inviting him to their celebrations, events, whatever they are organizing. At the end, I would like to share a little bit about myself, okay? What you see on the screen is a Croatian Army Wind Orchestra. This is where I worked for 20 years. I'm still in the Army. I'm on sabbatical right now for 2017 because hopefully next year I will be able to go to early retirement. I will have 20 years of service. You can see me here. I'm a professional musician. I play clarinet. You play clarinet? You see?
I knew you were a bit windy because you're a preacher.
Yes, I am. And on that picture, well, I'm actually playing bass clarinet in the Army Orchestra. My wife works with me. She plays oboe. She's still in the Army. The only difference is that she outranks me. I'm first lieutenant, she's a captain.
You got a salute?
Technically, yes. Okay. So, this is who I was until not even a year and a half ago. I was a musician. I have a degree in clarinet performance from Music Academy in Zagreb, and I was a member, I am a member of Varaždin Church of Christ since January 2006 when I was baptized. So first almost 10 years I was serving as a volunteer, and today I'm a associated preacher in our church. I'm helping as much as I can, and I'm managing director of Croatia for Christ ministry that was offered to me not even 2 years ago, and I accepted that, and I'm really proud and happy to be able to serve as much as I can. I think that's it. Yeah. So I want to thank you one more time for helping us, because your help is really making a difference through our budget and through all the projects. We have many projects, many more projects than those that I've been explaining to you here. We are also working very closely with Let's Start Talking ministry. I'm the perfect example that Let's Start Talking is working, because I came from the street back in 2002. I was just ordinary Croatian guy, raised as a Catholic, minding my own business, okay? And I came to the Church of Christ because I heard that there is a small church offering free English language lessons with the Bible. And I was attracted by the fact that they were working that with native speakers. So that's why I came to the church. And after that, I start to read New Testament, and we have something we called Alpha Course, the basics of Christianity. So another LST, I start to talk with our preacher. Then I decided that I will go to a Bible study, and slowly, until 2006, I was on my way to Christ. So because of the Let's Start Talking ministry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
In our church, we have several people who came only to improve their English or to learn English, because this is very important when you are part of the small nation like I am. You know, we speak very complicated Slavic language, which is, by the way, beautiful, but it's very complicated, and in today's world you have to learn one, let's say, big language to communicate. Otherwise you are unable to speak to the people.
It's a small country.
Yeah, exactly. And whether somebody will like that or not, but English took it over 15 years ago with the internet, through the internet, and English language is today the most important language in the world. So we put that together with Christianity and with the Bible, and it looks like a winning combination.
So if we went to Croatia to visit with y'all, would we have problems communicating?
No, especially not with the younger generation, because our youth are like those young ladies here. Everybody has a smartphone and everybody's on the internet. And again, we are part of the small nation. So everybody is trying to use their ability to speak English as much as they can. So that would be. And one more thing, Croatia is westernized country. So whatever you have here, we have over there. And we are very friendly to Americans and to all people from the West. So if you decided one day to visit us, you're more than welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.